You know what I like?
Green eggs and ham.
You were close.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna mess this up. Welcome back to the Pantless podcast. Here's your host, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys. What? Look at that!
We did it. We didn't mess up. Hey guys, I'm Travis. This is Austin. And
I almost hit the hang
blew
up
it.
call. I almost hit the either turned my camera off or hung up trying to get my share screen off.
Oh god.
I didn't mess the intro up. I actually
You didn't.
I actually hung my words up trying to get the actual the announcer guy, not me, because that's not me. That's
Right.
somebody else.
That's not you. Right.
Was so surprised that I didn't mess this up that his pre-recorded message fumbled there a little bit. Hey, Austin.
That's fair. Oh,
Cheers.
Oh yes. Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Clink.
Clink. Editor guy, put a there it is. All right, hey, how are you doing today?
Man, I am fantastic.
How have you been this week?
You know, we don't talk about this week. We'll talk about today, and I am fantastic today, sir.
I'm okay with that. If
Yeah.
you're okay with that, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. We've got so much to talk about tonight.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was like, do you want to go to breaking news? Do you want to hit it? I mean, we can talk about it. Or do you want to save the breaking for when it's
Let's talk.
later?
Let's talk. You didn't beat Arceus, did you?
No, I didn't. But we can talk about it. We can talk about it.
Hey, did you? Oh, that's what I didn't set up. Did you?
No, I didn't download Kirby. Nope.
We'll talk about that here in a minute too.
Right.
That there are two mystery gifts for Legends Arceus that are available right now.
Fantastic.
One gives you 30 Ultra, 30 Jet, and 30 of the third tier Heavy Ball.
Yeah.
And that code is, I think it's Arceus Adventures. All one word. I might be wrong in there. I'll put something in here, or I
If it's
won't.
still available when we edit, let's throw it up here. Let's put it right here.
Yeah. I screenshotted. Let's
Wouldn't that be screenshot?
Ooh, easy killer. There's another one, and I haven't put the other one in yet because I have had the chance to actually get it. Have you seen the new starters for the new game? Which we haven't. That came out after our last recording. We haven't even talked about that. What do you think about Scarlet Violet and the stupid looking starters?
They look silly. They look like 90s Disney characters. It's crazy. That Firestarter kind of looks like something that would have been from Super Mario World. The duck looks like, a knockoff Donald Duck. Why would they have a grass cat that is way too similar to the fire cat? And they've already got so many cats. Anyway.
So
Disappointed.
For those of you, this is in front of the screen right now. Austin can't see it, but there's if you're listening to this within the first couple months of this coming out, Arceus Adventure gives you 30 of those. There you go.
There you go.
I didn't expect that to come out up on the screen immediately, but boom.
Was it for our listeners? Is it Arceus Adventures?
Yes.
Okay.
They saw it. They can pause it, put it in.
Our
There's
listeners, come on, bro. Gotta give love to our podcast people.
I forget about our audio only folks.
Yeah.
All apologies. Austin will put that in the description of the video or of the audio.
Okay.
For Anchor.
Why not? I'll do it right. I'll start typing it out while you you just proceed. So I know what we're gonna.
I will. So. I think so. How much have you looked into Scarlet Violet at all?
Just that trailer.
Okay. So, um, the I've read that the world is going to be completely open world. There's gonna basically you're gonna have towns like instead of there being routes to each town, which there might still be a route, but it's not a linear route. Think Crimson Mirelands blown up ×4, and that's your map for Scarlet Violet, with towns scattered in there.
Okay.
True open world. That's what we're hearing. Rumor that gyms are coming back. Battles with Pokemon and trainers are coming back.
Now, you say coming back like they left.
This is going to be...
I don't know if I buy into the Pokemon Legends is a mainline game.
It's not, but...
So...
I'm trying to tell people that don't expect Scarlet and Violet to be Legends Arceus. It's going to be... I almost would see it being a mishmash. Take what was good from Sword and Shield and what was good from Arceus, and make a crappy game.
Okay.
I mean, a good game. A good game.
Well, we don't know yet.
My wife's trying to throw me off on my podcasting game. I'll never hear the end of it if she's right. She's told me to make sure I'm not on mute.
That's funny. Am I on mute? We don't even know.
No, we're good. I'm looking at audio levels. She's lame.
Since you totally teased it but didn't bring it up, I'll bring it up for everybody. The code that you didn't mention.
Thanks for your help.
Yes.
I have it on my phone. I was waiting till I finished my sentence about...
Okay.
Because I have it here on my phone. I don't think it'll actually come... No, it didn't. It just made me vanish. That'll be in the description below as well.
Yep.
So, and I can't flash that up on the screen because it's on my phone. I screenshotted that on my phone, not on my computer. I thought I had that one on my PC.
Nope.
No.
It's in the description.
It's in there.
It's spelled funny.
And that
THX, there's a 0 in there.
And that gives...
They don't have O's.
I meant to tell you what that gets. 5 grit pebbles, 5 rare candies, and 5 star pieces.
Right.
Which is not that bad. I actually haven't redeemed that one. And it's good till... doesn't say.
Cool. So hopefully it's still available when people start trying to type it in and get it.
So, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands.
Yeah.
Demo dropped Thursday.
Alright.
Morning. I downloaded it Thursday afternoon. Demo's about 20-25 minutes long. Did you play it?
I did not.
Okay. Kirby's back.
What?
Kirby's back. Kirby,
Awesome.
I mean, I will admit that I played it, so there's 2 modes. When you pull it up, there's 2 modes. There's wild mode and easy mode.
Okay.
And the descriptions say wild mode is for advanced players looking for a harder experience. So I'm thinking, this is going to be the Dark Souls of, this is going to be the Kirby Dark Souls version. And the other one basically said for beginners that are just looking for an easy time. I only got hit. I did wild mode for all 3 levels. I got hit maybe once or twice just because I hit the wrong button because I was trying to learn the game, but never died. I even got to the final boss. He hit me like 4 or 5 times and never knocked me below half health. I picked the wrong copy ability because it was pretty cool because when you're about to go fight the final boss at the very end of the demo, you come across this hallway and there's 3 different copy abilities sitting in little bubbles. One of them's the ice ability, which hadn't been available earlier in the demo. There was the sword, which makes you almost look like Link. You get a little Link cap and Master Sword, and then there's the blades that you can... No, it was the Link sword, and then it was the Bomberman ability, where you throw bombs. And I'm like, I have not used the ice. Let's go ahead and test out the ice. I didn't know I was getting to the main boss. Didn't know that was where I was. So I had to fight this main boss with this ability that I had never used before. And had the shortest, like, literally like this far in front of your face is as far as the ability. It was like very short range ability against a boss that did a lot of AoE damage. Not the greatest, but I beat it without dying. It hit me a couple times, but enjoyable. Did you watch any of the trailers for Kirby?
I don't think so. I've seen some screenshots, but I haven't seen any.
Anything about the mouthful mode where he can swallow that car and become a car?
No.
Okay. You end up swallowing a vending machine and you shoot cans of pop at the enemy. That's pretty fun.
Okay, so you just gave me an idea.
Okay.
Anybody watching or listening can feel free to take this idea.
Take the idea.
But and it might be out there. I don't know. And maybe I'm stealing somebody else's idea. But how about a Onion Babylon Bee of video games, where you just like give outrage? Because that would be one of my. If I was just gonna be outrageous and make like a satire, a video, I'd be like, Kirby sucks a car and turns into a car. Like that would be one of my satires. But
would
it's
it be
real life?
Would it be?
Not anymore, because it's real.
Oh.
Now I've got to come up with another one.
Hey, he eats an oversized traffic cone and becomes a traffic cone.
Something. We got.
No, that's another one of the abilities.
Oh my gosh! Stop it! That is ridiculous.
That's awesome.
If I had infinite time and infinite money, I would run that website. I would.
Sir,
but
you've got this.
I have neither. I can't even get our podcast uploaded on time. You got this. So,
sir, you got this.
Yeah. But I'll pawn it off on somebody else.
You know what else we got?
What do we got?
Random out of context news.
Yes.
So, I think you're gonna like these. People already read. If you're on video side, you already know what's going on. I just pulled it up on screen.
This is a surprise to me. I have no idea what's going on.
News in brief. NRA accuses Rust producers of endangering crew by not giving everyone guns.
Rust?
I don't know. I guess it's a movie. I don't know. How dare they?
All right, go for it.
In NFL news, Tom Brady spends first day of retirement studying tape of people to learn how they work.
That's... Stop it.
In NBA news, Lakers fans frustrated with volatile hot dog prices in Crypto.com arena. In other NBA news, Damian Lillard gives Trailblazers list of 12,482 preferred trade destinations.
I don't trust your sources, sir. This is not only out of context, but it's out of the realm of reality.
And in world news, NASCAR Hall of Fame owner Richard Childress donating 1 million rounds of ammunition to Ukraine. That's real news.
I think that one's real.
Hey, comment down below. Comment down below which ones of those you think are real.
That is the most NASCAR I've ever heard.
Oh,
Let's donate those boys 1 million rounds of ammunition.
And in Austin local news, Coach K's swan song at Cimarron Indoor against UNC sets up huge college basketball rivalry weekend.
Woo! Excited about that one. I probably won't watch him. Dadgummit, I'm excited. I love me some Coach K.
TulsaWorld.com, 14 seriously helpful do's and don'ts for cooking with lemons. Check it out.
That is exciting.
Please say, God, I can't believe you sent this one to me.
I know. This one was a questionable. You could feel free to edit the words.
Please say man pretended to be undercover officer to get that. Officers seek victims.
Coitus. Can we say coitus?
Just, you read it. And audio people, go watch the YouTube video.
There you go.
Hey, you got any working news?
Absolutely, sir. So, as everyone knows, this week, our favorite Pitch Perfect actress, Rebel Wilson, is celebrating her birthday, and she got the birthday present of her dreams. She is now officially a United States citizen. Or she gets permanent residency status, which I don't know the difference. So, happy birthday, Rebel. And she's lost a lot of weight. I saw a picture. I'm like, that doesn't even look like Fat Amy.
Whoa.
Because she wouldn't be Fat
Whoa,
Amy
you can't
anymore.
say that anymore.
In Pitch Perfect, that's who she is.
I
But she could
wow,
not
she doesn't
portray-
even look like the same person.
She doesn't. She first off, she looks 30 years older.
Her mouth and smile are the same size, but her face is half the size.
That's the issue. That is exactly the issue. But kudos to her. I'm sure she no longer has type 2 diabetes.
Hey,
and
congratulations for being an American citizen.
USA.
Because reading, I mean, my sources are saying she is Australian. And I know how strict and unwilling the Australian government is in allowing people to change citizenships. They don't like letting people go.
Yeah.
My
Especially their
sources
big
say.
stars. Yeah, especially their big stars. I mean, come on.
Anybody.
Yeah. Like,
Anybody.
I saw a kangaroo that was like, I want to be at the New York Zoo. And they're like, no, not going to happen.
So, congratulations to her.
Yeah. So
Way to go.
There you go. Breaking news.
Right. Broke my news.
That's right.
I can't say
I'll break
that.
your news. I can't?
I can't say
Dang it.
that.
Okay.
Can't say that. Hey, how you doing in fantasy sports? Oh, that's right. You're losing.
I'm getting destroyed in hockey. I'm dominating in basketball after.
I stopped trying halfway through the week, and I'm already.
The Gawks beat me last week. I was ahead going into the last day, and then they did some.
You do know that you're now 4th overall, and you have.
Oh snap!
Yeah, your loss to the Gawks.
Yeah.
And my win over. Well, I beat him. You lost to him, and I've won. Now I've passed you, so you'll now have to play Atlanta, and I get to play Flint in the first round.
That's fine.
So but here's my thing. I have beat the Gax.
Right.
I've not beat Mark.
Yeah.
If I could squeak out a win, because me and you go pretty toe to toe. I think we've split this year. Or you beat me every time. One of the two.
I don't know.
But I know if I can beat Mark in week 1, I have a chance at the championship.
Right. But how far? We're pretty far away, aren't we, from...
I think we're 4 weeks out.
Because I am 1 game ahead of Frazier.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know.
So,
that's why I was stressing these wins.
So, yeah,
because
I'm 1 game ahead. It's gonna come down to
I think I looked at it. There's only 2 weeks left, because I'm 3 weeks back from first place in the division.
There's only 2 weeks left. Because if there's 3 weeks, I basically have a 2-game lead. Because I think it's points is
we're in week 19 of 20. Next week is the final week of regular season.
Then I got it. Then I think I'm a lock-in.
I think you are. Because I was looking at it, I'm like, how close am I to being the number 1 overall seed again? Far from it, because I'm 3 games out of first.
Right.
And you're 4, Frazier's 5.
Yeah. And right now, Frazier's losing to Chansey. And it would take a lot for him to make up the ground.
Yeah, he is.
To take me over. I need to learn, because different leagues have different tie-breaking rules. Some do head-to-head. Others are...
well, if you win and he loses...
Points for...
Yes.
That's what I want to... What is our rules on tiebreakers. That's what I want to know.
For you and him, or me and you?
For the league, like if two teams tie, is it head-to-head matchup or is it points, overall points for? It's actually head-to-head record is our playoff tiebreaker.
Is it?
And so that's gonna be interesting because I think Frazier beat me once.
Yeah, but
I believe he.
if you win, you go to 13-6.
Right.
If he loses, he goes to 11-8.
Right. Yeah, if I win and he loses, then it is for sure done. For sure.
You guys play in the final week? Who do you play the final week of the season?
I play the double bubble last week.
You lost to Frazier, yes, right there. You guys
both times.
You guys split.
We split.
You guys split.
So if we split, then it has to go to points.
Me and you split as well.
So, nah. I'm worried about Frazier. No offense.
That matters.
Huh?
So you know, me and you splitting matters. Because if for some reason I drop a game next week and we tie, points 4 will decide who plays the number 1 and who plays the number 2. Does it really matter who we play in the first round of the playoffs? Because we won't play each other. One of us will play one of the twins.
Right. And they're
beatable.
They go back. They are beatable. They go back and forth. I am biding my time. I could have definitely won a lot more games. I've been using some strategery, and I have made very few. I made my first roster move, and I just made one because I thought that's all I needed to beat David. I just made one roster move because I'm like, oh, I think he's actually forgot about this week. I was wrong, and when I made the roster move, it was so late in the day that it went on next day's business.
Yeah.
And so it went on this week. So my roster move that I made on Sunday didn't even help me with Sundays because I went to put him in my roster. I'm like, where is he? Oh, because I guess I don't know what the time is, but if you do it after the morning, maybe it's after the first game tips off, anybody that you pick up won't be available for that week.
I got this complete bum, Brandon Ingram, who's scored over 50 points the last 2 games. I might have to cut him.
Yeah, you should. I'll trade you.
Plays for the Pelicans. They're trash. I don't know if I can have a Pelican on my roster.
I'll trade you.
So you can get trade deadline's over. Can we still trade in the league?
No, we can't.
Trades are over, aren't they?
Yeah, they are way over.
It's just some bums. Actually, my roster, a lot of my players that were being bums stepped it up here at the end of the season. So, but my best pick, my second best pick of the year, I don't think's coming back. And it doesn't actually help me to drop him because he's IR. And if I cut him, I can't pick anybody else up because he's. But if they come out and say that he's done for the season, I'm cutting him just so I keep an IR spot open.
Yeah, I just got Kevin Durant back. He's been out a long time.
Lucky.
And so, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I have Gordon Hayward. He went out, and so I had to flip-flop them. But Gordon Hayward, he's been injury prone. When he's in, he's great, but he just doesn't play a lot. And if he's out indefinitely, and he might be one that I'm going to have to cut if I can see that he won't be available in the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Playoffs are coming. I'm ready.
LeBron's just stressing me out with this always, like the 95% of the season he's been day-to-day or listed out or doubtful. Like, all season. And it's like, that's like a 60-40 that he plays. They're like, you know what? He's feeling old today. He's going to sit out this doubleheader. Like, God dang it. He had a doubleheader
He's trying to save his health so he can play with his son. That's going to be like in 3 or 4 more years. So
No, but
he can't
when
go
when
hard right now.
when the Lakers have a double header, that's potentially like 120 points that he could be giving me in a week. Like 2 days, like 60 points back to back, or a 60 and a 45, or a 50, 250s, And when he sits one out, I get 170. And I'm like, God, I cut this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too bad you can't trade player. See, I want fantasy sports to be like real sports. I wish I could trade players for future draft picks in next year's.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Like, I'll give you my spot if you give me. That would be cool.
I will give you LeBron for your first 3 picks in next year's draft.
Right.
And then that person gets like complimentary picks near the end of the draft to fill their roster. Like at the very end of the draft, they get whoever traded away draft picks. If they don't have enough, they get I can't say that word. Compensatory picks at the end. But they got a star player this season. That would
be cool.
That way people like if like Chansey or somebody like that's mathematically out of this season, gives them a chance to actually, get some good picks next year.
Right.
We need to submit that to ESPN. Let's get some traction on this.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if we could do that ourselves. I'll have to look into that. See if that's...
Because football, that would be awesome.
Right. And we could do like a... really, we could do like a gentleman's agreement and say, listen...
Yeah, but none of us are gentlemen in this league.
Chansey is...
You got me on that one. You got me. She's the only one amongst us.
She's the only one amongst us, yeah.
So.
All right.
Hey,
are we gonna do this?
Hey, we're gonna
retro movie review.
I'll repeat what I said before we started recording. What in the Sam Elliott did we watch?
That was amazing.
I realized
all of those guys looked so young,
except for Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott looks the same. All those other guys, 30 years or 40 years, however long. This was
98. It was set in the...
So like 23, 24 years.
Sam Elliott looks older in this movie than he does in some of the new stuff he's doing now.
Yeah. And like everybody else looks crazy old compared to what they did then. This is nuts.
Yeah, well...
Nuts. You had Jeff Bridges, you had...
the dude, Jeff Bridges looked aged a little bit in this movie.
Not compared to what he looks...
Yeah.
Look at him in Deadpool 2. That's Jeff Bridges, right? Am I messing my people up?
I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie forever.
I don't know. I'm going to have to Google that to see how wrong I am. But,
he was in one. He was in something I watched recently, and he was almost a similar character in a movie I watched recently. He was that hippie character. Oh!
That was Josh Brolin, not Jeff Bridges.
Have you ever seen the movie Men Who Stare at Goats with George Clooney?
I don't think so.
Jeff Bridges was the head of the Jedi Order in that movie.
Head of the Jedi Order.
You need to watch that movie. If you've never seen Men Who Stare, we'll probably. I don't know if we're gonna review that movie because it's only 15 years old. It's not within our realm of what we like to try to review here.
We make the rules, sir.
We do, but we got tons of movies to watch, and yeah,
that's true.
So there's so many. Goodman's character was off the rails.
He had me roll. I was laughing so hard. So hard.
So
he is hilarious.
The Folgers can at the end, and he goes to do this, and it all. Buscemi just blows right up in Bridges' face. I am laughing out loud. I'm like almost rolling in the floor laughing.
I was cracking up whenever they were talking about the Nazis, and
Yeah.
and the dude was like, they're nihilists, and then I don't know his Goodman's character was like, oh, he goes, I guess say what you will about the National Socialists, but at least they had an ethos.
Walter's character.
Yeah, Walter. Oh, and then every time Donnie would start to, he was just, shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yeah, they just crapped on Donnie the entire movie.
The whole time. And there was that one time when he was talking about the schedule, and he started to say, he's like, shut the, oh, what is it? And then that whole thing was hilarious.
I had a feeling that this movie was going to be something else when they had an entire conversation about the rug at the beginning of the movie in the bowling alley when they first introduced those three characters, like those other two characters, and that conversation
really tied the room together.
And that takes me back to my old buddies in high school, because that's kind of how we talked all over the place. Just one central conversation and topic, but it's all over the room. But it ties the room together.
And that's kind of what the movie was about. Like, him just, all he wanted to do was replace his rug.
Yeah,
that's all he cared about. That was it. Like, he could have $1 million, but all he cares about is just getting a rug to replace the one that that guy peed on.
What'd you think of old John Tortorro's character? Jesus.
That was bizarre. He was bizarre.
Like,
absolutely bizarre.
Like, like they didn't even get that match going. That movie wasn't even in the movie.
It ended before they.
The guy was in.
That.
He's a big name actor, and he was in 2 scenes. And one was completely inappropriate. The opening scene with him, where he's licking the ball.
Oh, and then they're cleaning the ball.
Yeah, they're over there cleaning the ball. And I had to look it up, and I actually got the cast list here beside me. And the guy, the bald-headed guy, in the painter lady's house, Knox, the one that was just laughing the whole time.
Yeah,
that's Knox. That's David Thewlis. I don't know if you know who he is. He's been in a lot. He was Harry Potter. He was one of the teachers in Harry Potter.
What?
Crap. What was his character in Harry Potter?
Was he the first enemy?
No, he was Potter? He was the Defense Against the Dark. Lupin. Same as Remus Lupin.
Stop
that was Lupin.
It. That was not. No, you're full of it. I've got to rewatch the entire movie again.
He's only in that one scene. He's only in that one scene, and that I got it right here on my screen, Austin.
I have to see it on my screen because I'm picturing him and I'm picturing Lupin, and they don't look anything. Is it NOX or NOXX?
What are you talking about?
Holy cow, it is. Oh my gosh.
He was completely bald with no beard in this movie.
Oh my gosh.
He was also in a movie called Timeline, which was a Michael Crichton book that was like my favorite book in high school. And he plays the not nice head of the corporation that sends them all back in time. He's like the bad guy in that movie. As an actor, love everything he's in.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I had to look it up.
Did you notice, did you see who one of those German, or I was going to say Nazi.
Flea?
Yeah, it was Flea.
Yeah.
I was like, is that Flea? And we waited, and then in the credits, it was like, it is Flea.
Oh, did you laugh out loud with the other henchman, the Chinaman and the other guy? The second time they come in, we're not morons.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. He's nailing that board right inside and he puts the chair there, and they just open the door to the outside. Oh. It's like,
they end up biting it because of that.
Oh yeah. The whole movie just had me.
It was that was something else.
And it
Man. That was
and how it kept showing everybody's feet because of the toe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like it would cut to the person's toes.
Yeah.
And it did it to like 4 people in the movie. Like 4 of the ladies, it just kept cutting to their feet. And it.
But what was
10
crazy
toes.
is like
Okay.
Tara Reid. The first time you saw Tara Reid's toes, that pinky toe was like missing a nail or something. Like I was like, was that her? Like
I didn't notice. You noticed more detail than I
She
did.
didn't even have a toenail. Like she didn't even have a toenail. So I'm like, did they cut it off and it just completely healed? What's going on here? But then they showed that one and her whole boot was cut off. The whole front of her boot. They didn't even let her take off her boot to cut off her toe.
They just cut
They're
the
like,
toe.
no, just go start. Just leave your boot on. We're gonna do this real quick. Oh gosh. Oh, that's funny. So funny. So funny.
Saddam Hussein made an appearance in this movie.
Saddam.
Saddam Hussein.
Yeah. Saddam. I just said Saddam. Oh.
So, Metacritic. We got
Metacritic.
46 critics.
Oh my goodness. This is one of those crazy ones where it's like so zany that the critics might
It's
love
all-
it, but I'm thinking they're not. I'm thinking they're gonna give it a 51.
You're a little off.
Oh, okay.
This is probably the highest rated movie we've watched in a long time per
Oh
critic.
dang. All right.
71.
Okay.
And I'll give you a hint. This is the closest I've seen the critics and the users. This is the closest to agreeing without them being, the same number. Even though it's an out of 100 and out of a 10.
Right. A 7.3.
We got a 747 users gave it out of 10.
7.3.
An 8.6.
An 8.6. Whoa.
I know
That's
that.
not close.
That's, closer than we've seen. Normally it's like the critics gave it a 30 and the users gave it a 9.6. It's generally like a huge gap. Where this one's actually not too bad. The dude pulled it off. That's that's the name of the episode, by the way. I'm naming this
Pulled
one
it off.
The Dude.
What did Sam Elliott say at the end? The dude abides.
Yeah, the dude abides. Yeah,
The dude.
I
We
can't.
should all take comfort in that.
I would name it the dude abides, but I can't spell the word abides, so
That's fair.
you'll just have to pretend that that's in the. We had 32 positive, 12 mixed, 2 negative in the critics.
Okay. All right.
Users gave it 673 positive, 53 mixed, 21 negative. I'm not going to read any of these scores because there's a lot of 10s, there's a lot of 100s. We'll read this one. TV
Okay.
Guide Magazine gave it a 30.
Ooh,
Says,
they hated it.
if it's all supposed to be in fun, why does it feel so much like an insult?
I don't understand that at all, but okay.
I like it when Sam Elliott's character is like, why do you have to curse so much? And he's like, why the F do you care? And he's like, okay. And they both just... Later, dude.
Like, I was just
Later,
wondering
man.
if Sam Elliott's character was like a figment of his imagination because he would just like appear. Like, was he real? Was he really there? Like,
But he was ordering a
Or-
sarsaparilla.
yeah. But you never saw him get one.
He
He
did
never
get
got-
there was one sitting there, but you never saw the bartender actually hand him one.
So, like,
But you did hear
what-
he did ask for a sarsaparilla, and he's like, is this brand okay? And he's like, yeah.
I didn't hear that part. Okay.
But it was so weird to have. There's so many cameo characters, like so many just like small bit character, like bigger name actors and actresses that make such tiny roles in this. Like
Yeah.
Thules and Sam Elliott and what was the other one? There's another character, even the guy that played Jesus. such a small role.
Right.
That's
There really weren't very many big roles outside of the two, like John Goodman and the dude, Walter and the dude. There really weren't very many big roles.
the Maud,
Even you had Tara Reid, who was like
she was
not
barely
really
in it.
Uh,
Julianne Moore,
Maud. She was
in it.
really
She was in quite a bit, more than some of the others.
right.
So
Common sense. What is
I'm not
sense?
giving much faith in what they're gonna say. Heather Border. I don't think we've ever had her before. This is actually interesting. Oh, you're gonna get a kick out of that one. So she's saying
Okay.
17 plus 4 stars.
All right.
Says quirky 90s comedy has drugs, sex, cursing, and violence.
It does. Not so much
Don't
drugs.
step. Hey,
I mean, not a
there was a
lot.
ton of drugs. He was smoking joints the entire.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
He was smoking a joint.
I've
Almost.
been in Oklahoma so long. We've had weed, everywhere that it doesn't even look like a drug anymore to me.
He like.
But yeah, you're right. He was smoking joints the whole time.
Even though it was a little, I don't know much about it. I'm not up with.
We know you're versed.
But he had those tweezers and that little bitty guy.
Yeah.
The one in the bathtub. Yeah. Like,
those are called clips, and he was clipping his roach, sir.
Oh well, you're more voice and words than I am. So
I know my stuff. I might not smoke it, but I've watched Snoop Dogg rap videos.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. You're more versed than that than I am. Parents say, based off 18 reviews, 16 plus, so 1 year younger than the actual critic or the reviewer, 4 stars.
Interesting.
So,
wow.
Kids say, I'm delighting because this is good. This is good.
Okay.
31 child reviews.
Okay.
14 plus. 5 star. I can't make this up.
Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, goodness.
I know why. You know why. If you watch the movie, you know.
Yeah. You know why.
I've seen better movies that reviewed way less.
Right.
So I don't understand how this movie. It's a classic.
Neither of us had ever seen before tonight.
I thought I had seen this one. I don't know how this one slipped. I don't know how I. So how I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah.
Because I watched the other bowling movie that we talked about a couple weeks ago. I've seen it.
Yeah, Kingpin. Yeah.
Kingpin. But I never watched this one. I'd always heard about it. I've always had friends talk about it. I guess I'd heard so many people talk about it, I just thought I'd seen it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, the Dabblers, they brought it to my attention like 2 years ago. If you remember the Dabblers from our football league, he said it's one of the top 5 best movies of all time. He's like, you've got to watch it. And, bro, I finally watched it. There you go. Let's get into this.
I need to double check that movie. Okay. Positive messages.
Positive messages, not present. Or maybe 1 star because
hold on, I gotta do something real quick.
Oh snap!
I'm just gonna send. I'm sending you a message for something that I need to remember later.
Okay. So people that have seen the Batman say it's bad. I'm looking forward to watching it. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so positive messages.
Okay.
1 star.
I'm gonna say. Okay, so is it The Dude Abides? Is that what it is? Just
While the movie is on one level a dark comedy about extortion and mistaken identity, the movie, now considered a classic, is open to many interpretations by its champions, including the idea that the dude is a kind of Zen master who abides through thick and thin. Hey, there's that word. I'll remember it. I've seen it now.
You know how to spell it.
Now I know how to spell it.
That's the name of our episode. There you go.
I'm misspelling it. I'm misspelling it.
How can you misspell it? ABYDS? I don't know.
That's not how you spell it?
Or ABYEDS. By
positive role models.
I'd
give it a 5 because the dude. I mean,
you would have to give it a 1 because the dude abides, right?
It is a 1.
All right,
and a very long-winded explanation as to why. Probably the most words I've seen ever in my life. The movie has taken on a life of its own, particularly in how it's interpreted by those who love it. Some say that Donnie is actually just a figment of Walter's imagination, and the hot-tempered, military-minded Walter is believed to be modeled after the man who wrote the screenplay to Apocalypse Now and Red Dawn. While essentially an unemployed slacker, the dude is viewed by some as a kind of Zen master who abides. There's that word again.
There it is.
She spelled it 2 different ways. He also makes reference to a past in which he protests the Vietnam War and was active in an earlier draft of the Port Huron Statement, viewed as one of the central documents that spearheaded the student activism of the 1960s. Wow, that's a lot of words for... I don't know how she got a 1 out of positive role models out of that.
He abides, man.
He abides. He does.
The dude abides.
Could be one of my top 5 favorite movie characters of all time.
Because he was just so chill. Like, all he wanted was to just replace his rug because it tied the room together. That's it. Like, that's it. But people just kept breaking into his house and beating him up just for random reasons that weren't even... Watch the movie. It was fantastic.
It was good. Okay, so violence.
Oh my gosh. Another funny scene that cracked me up is when they're making the drop off through the briefcase.
Oh,
he took the Uzi out and just jumped out of the car, and then the Uzi just started firing.
Dude, that car.
Oh,
the dude's car took a beating.
It did. It somehow he kept driving.
I hurt when he hit that trash can when he was running from the dude in the blue bug.
Yeah.
And he turned it and he hit that trash can and the front end popped up and he's like, "Oh, what the hell?" And it's like, and finally the Germans catch it on fire at the end. He's like, they finally killed it.
Right. Okay, going back to, I think maybe a 3. I mean, there was... All right, good.
It's a 3. Character bites the ear off of another character. Walter's freaking nuts. The dude gets beaten up by thugs, smacked in the head with a coffee cup by the Malibu chief of police, which that was hilarious.
That was funny, yeah.
And attacked by a marmot-wielding nihilist while he's in the tub. Walter smashes a Corvette with a tire iron. The owner retaliates by smashing the dude's car. Cut off little toe wrapped in gauze, which that's not violence, that's just funny. In a classic scene, Walter pulls a gun in a bowling alley who says cross the foul line while bowling afraid. Don't do that in a league game.
Yeah, this is a league game. What did he say? Did he say, "Am I wrong?" Or did he say, "Am I right?" What did he say?
Something like that. He
was like, "It was a league game. We made it to the next round robin. Am I wrong?"
It's just the marmot was hilarious.
That was so random, so funny. And that was another, like, he's just, the dude is just so, he just abides. Like, he was just in there, had his clip, had his roach. Those guys break in and just start breaking stuff, and he just, like, looks over, and he's like,
"This is a private residence."
This is a private residence. That's just like,
I thought the scene where he's laying in his own floor listening to what I could tell was an old bowling, like audio from an old bowling match, like from an old, like, league play. And those people just walk in, hit him right in the jaw, and just knock him clean out, which...
Well, he was already asleep.
He woke up and looked at him and went, "What are you?" And they didn't even say anything. They just jacked him in the jaw and left. Like, and that was the one lady. The dude that he was already working for's daughter.
Yeah, that was Maud.
Maud, yeah, she and her cronies were the ones that did that, and they never.
Yeah.
Was it just so she could send him to the doctor?
She wanted that rug because she
that's when they took the rug. Okay.
Yeah.
But why did they friggin' knock him? Like,
that was hilarious because he was trying to get his car back with the briefcase with the alleged $1 million. And he's like, "Oh, and somebody took my rug." And then his phone's like ringing in the background, and she's like, "Hello, Mr. Lebowski. I'm the one who took your rug." And the cop's like, "Well, I guess we could close the case on that." It's like,
so do you guys got any leads on who stole my car? Yeah, we got so many people on this case. They got us working day and night overtime.
Oh, man.
I was actually laughing most of that movie.
Yeah, I was too, man. I was
okay.
Too.
So, sex.
This has got to be a 4.
They gave it a 4.
All right.
It says Bunny, the trophy wife of the other Lebowski, was a adult films actress.
Yeah.
Described by Lebowski's daughter, Maud, as a nymphomaniac. Yeah. When the dude visits Maud, she shows him a scene of one of Bunny's videos in which a naked woman is shown in the verge of having that with the cable repairman.
Yeah.
Bunny offers to perform oral on the dude for $1,000. Topless woman showed tossed into the air from a giant blanket at a party on the beach. In a dream sequence, the dude floats down in a bowling alley under the spread legs of dozens short skirt women standing over him. The dude makes a wank joke.
Yep. All those topless women is why all those 14-year-olds gave it a 5-star.
It didn't even mention the time that Maud comes swinging in for the painting.
Yeah,
almost fully.
She's completely naked.
Yeah.
Completely naked. Yeah.
Didn't even mention that scene.
And then they hook up, and then she's like rolling around doing cannonball poses, trying to get pregnant.
That was funny.
Oh, gosh.
So, language.
Oh, they probably gave it... I would give it a 4. They probably gave it a 5.
They gave it a 5, and they describe a lot of stuff.
There was a lot. The dude cusses a lot. As Sam Elliott mentioned, the dude cusses a lot.
Most of the characters were cussing a lot.
That's true.
Except for Buscemi's character.
Elliott. Yeah, Buscemi's character.
But he didn't talk.
Old Donnie.
Oh, Donnie. He didn't really... We got one casualty.
Every time he tried to speak, he would get shot down.
We got one casualty over here. I didn't hear a gunshot. They all started fighting and Donnie has a heart attack and dies. Spoiler. Consumerism.
I saw Michelob Ultra. I saw Slice. So maybe a 1.
I did see the Slice.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
A couple beers. Kahlua. He mentions Kahlua multiple times.
So I'd give it a 2 then, because I forgot about how often he mentioned Kahlua.
I saw some other stuff. They gave it a 1. It said Ralph's Supermarket. Oh, they mentioned In-N-Out as well.
Oh, yep, they did. Yeah, In-N-Out.
Ralph's Supermarket is an opening scene.
I've never heard of that.
I don't. That means nothing to me. Miller Lite bottles in bowling alley bar. And they mentioned this.
Michelob Light or Michelob Ultra. Okay.
Yeah, they were drinking Miller Lite because the white cups they were drinking in that opening bowling alley scene said Miller Lite on the side of it.
Oh, okay.
And even the sarsaparilla that Sam Elliott, they actually mentioned the brand that I drink of sarsaparilla. I love it. I love that stuff.
What is it?
I don't remember the name of the brand. They mentioned it.
And you drink it?
I do drink it every so often. He mentioned it, and I'm just drawing a blank on what it is because I'm
How dare you?
filled with consumerism.
Gotcha.
They give it a 1.
They give it a 1. I would have given it a 2. I had recalled all that. Interesting. Okay.
I agree with their score on this one. Drinking, drugs, and smoking.
I would give it a. I would probably give it a 3, but wouldn't argue with a 4.
It's a 5. It's throughout the movie.
You're not wrong.
Per their grading
he's drinking White Russians the entire movie.
Okay.
Or Caucasians, depending on where.
I was going to ask about that. Is that an actual common name, like side name for a White Russian? I never heard it called that before.
I hadn't either. But fun fact, I actually happen to have a bottle of Kahlua White Russian, and had to get up and go pour me one in honor of the dude halfway through the movie.
Because you abide.
Because I want to abide,
Because
just like the dude.
Because the Austin abides. Except for when he doesn't.
Right?
Yeah. This says the dude often smokes Mary J. Is known for drinking White Russians. In one scene, he's shown drinking beer and smoking Mary J., resulting in an accident, which was so funny. That's when he ran into that dumpster. Cigarette smoking.
Fun fact, I have located Cocktail of the Week, according to Esquire, back in 2012, in April. They came up with the dude's Caucasian. And They said it's actually a play on the White Russian, and they give you the ingredients. So, all of you that are listening, pull over off on the shoulder right now and write this down. Espresso vodka, 2 cups sugar, 2 split vanilla beans, 6 heaping tablespoons of ground espresso, and 1 750 milliliter bottle of Canon Organic or other vodka. In a drip coffee maker, use the amount of water for 2 cups of coffee to make an intense concentrated brew. In a large container, combine vodka, sugar, vanilla beans, and hot espresso brew. Place used espresso grounds in cheesecloth, add to mixture, and let steep for 24 hours.
Wow, that's difficult.
Once ready to serve, pour the espresso vodka over rocks into a lowball glass, top with a drizzle of heavy cream and a splash of soda. Boom. That's the dude's Caucasian.
Because he was just mixing a... It never showed what vodka he was using, but he was mixing vodka and Kahlua.
Yeah.
Is all he was doing. He would add something else to it. When he was at Maud's place, he actually scooped, I don't know if he was doing like sugar or a form of sweetener that he actually did put in there and stir up. Did you notice that the first time he went to Maud's and he made that drink for himself, he just went to the bar and just started making him his own drink. I don't even know if he even asked.
Yeah.
But then in the scene of him leaving, he's got that glass in his hand. Like he
took the glass with him. He
took her glass and was still drinking a full one because he went for a refill. Funny. And that's what he was holding in his hand when he got thrown in the back of Big Lebowski's limo. Man, I got a drink. What the heck, man?
I didn't even pick up on that. That's funny.
So, great movie. Coen Brothers, fantastic.
Yeah.
So, what do we want? Oh, and I apologize for those who tried to watch this with us. Last week, when we checked on movies, this was available on Amazon Prime through IMDb. When I went to go watch it tonight, it no longer was available there, but was on Peacock TV with stupid ads.
Free for everyone with
Which,
ads.
honestly, the ads weren't that frequent. I don't feel like they were actually...
There were only, 5 breaks, I think?
Something like that, and the movie was quite long, 108 minutes. It felt like the movie dragged on. And I was like, oh, this movie can't be that much. And I'm like, oh, I've watched a ton of stuff. I gotta be close to the end of this. And I was only like 30 minutes into the movie.
Right. But then when it ended, it just ended. You're like,
Yeah, just
that's like, I literally watched the entire end credits because I'm like, surely we're gonna see the semifinal match.
yeah, no.
Surely we'll see if they can beat Jesus. I don't know. And we didn't. Don't stay for the end credit scenes because there isn't one. So.
Too old of a movie to have one. That's kind of a new age.
Do we want to do Kingpin next? Do we want to go back to back bowling, or do you want to go a different direction?
We should.
Okay.
Can we watch that one?
Who knows? We could say yes now, and then it could be gone next week. Bowling.
It says it's free on YouTube.
Free on YouTube?
Yeah.
For real?
And it says Amazon Prime Video. It's also free. Yeah, we'll watch that. We'll do that.
Okay. Kingpin. Got it.
That movie I sent you.
Uh-huh.
If it's the movie I think it is. Yeah, I need to watch this movie.
That needs to be on our list.
It's a 2004 movie, but it's a movie I had forgotten about. I'm gonna have to. It's a movie called The Lady Killers with Tom Hanks. Did you ever watch that one?
I don't think so.
It popped up on the suggested side movie in Common Sense Media. As like if you watch this, you will like this.
Right.
It's got Tom Hanks in it, and it's got J.K. Simmons, Marlon Wayans. It's these bank robbers that basically they break into this lady's house, and she lives next door to the bank, and like she shares a wall with the bank safe.
Oh. Okay.
Like her basement kind of thing, and they break into this southern lady's home, and he's like this Tom Hanks plays this like southern charmer, and like this gentleman, but he's the head of the bank robbers, and they like commandeer her house to break into the bank vault. It's a crime/comedy is what they call it. It's not available on anything to watch for free.
It's a remake of a 1955 movie with the same title.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Fun fact.
The 2004 movie is the one I'm talking about that I watched.
And it's a Coen Brothers movie. Look at that.
That's probably why. It is. That's okay. That's probably why I suggested it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to totally legitly find this movie and watch it this week. Hey, did you watch that other movie I suggested that was not a good movie? Did you watch?
Think so.
I watched Caddyshack 2 this week.
Oh no, I haven't got to see that. No.
Gosh dang it, was that not a good movie?
It was so bad.
Oh my!
No,
it
I
was
did not
made.
watch
It was made 8 years after the original. It only has Chevy Chase as it was the only returning actor from the original movie.
Right.
They literally could have taken Chevy Chase and his character out of the movie because his character didn't really play an important enough role in the main story. They could have pulled his character out, renamed the country club something different, named the movie something different, and it'd have been a good movie. It'd have been a decent B movie that fell into obscurity.
Right.
But the only reason it is anything is because they called it Caddyshack 2. And it's like, this movie is only... it's not good for a Caddyshack movie. It didn't have hardly anything to do with caddies. So...
Right.
But hey, folks, let's end it here.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch the movie he talked about, Kingpin. I forgot that for a minute.
Yep.
like, comment, subscribe.
Leave us a voicemail, people. Somebody out there in the world. If you leave us a voicemail and say, "Hey, I love lady killers. I will send you 10 Dogecoin." There you
Oh,
go.
snap. Later on, and hey,
I'm buying voicemails.
hey, Austin, with that,
So,
let's get out of here.
all right. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
easy.
Sorry.